So I can't do my anime analysis update in my usual positions for a couple of reasons. First, the room's a mess, but this angle will hopefully work. I'm making a guesstimate on where the camera's pointed. But let's see. This week was nice and simple because I've been focusing more on the move out stuff. So I've only watched a couple of anime. First of all, I finished watching Amagami SS, and it was doing exactly what I thought it was. And so I guess I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Where the basic idea is Amagami SS appears to be a, the only true Gal game anime I've seen. Where I think Gal game is the correct term. I haven't checked since my last video, but the basic idea is, um, you got multiple girls you can choose from, and something that's repeatedly said in every anime about the topic is that you have to focus on a specific one, and yada 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 yada, which basically means you go through and you only move one. And a lot of anime that are based upon them like to have one monolithic story where the character encounters various events from the various characters. I think not entirely the deepest moments, but I think that's what usually happens. And Amagami SS is different in that it has a different storyline for each girl, where it basically goes back and restarts the game. And it's I've actually, the first collection here only has for the first three girls, and I think the next one that comes out the 1st of November has the last three, and I'm guessing it's first three, last three based upon, I think it shows 6 girls in the opening. But the basic idea is that, having watched them, it's actually pretty entertaining. I found the first story to be kind of questionable, I guess, but second and third it was like, okay, I see what they're doing now, and actually it feels a bit more varied than you might have guessed. Where the way I described it originally, you would think that the immediate problem would be that you have the same exact set of events happen, and the character maybe does them with different characters, and different things happen at those events. But for the most part, it's still the same layout. Maybe sort of like Endless 8 in Haruhi Suzumiya, but it's actually nothing like that. So you don't have to be afraid of that description for Amagami SS. And to be honest, it's been pretty entertaining and not half bad, actually. Well, I guess I would say that it's been more entertaining. The only problem being that it's subtitled, and with me being so distracted, it took me a while to find time to sit down and watch more of it. I'm not sure that it's the only one out there, that the only Gal Game anime out there like this, since there's still plenty I haven't seen, but it's the first I've seen, so that's noteworthy. The other thing I watched, I only watched 2 things, was about 20 episodes of Kirby Right Back at Ya. And I'm saying about 20 for the following reason. So, in my DVD update, I showed all the DVDs I had, and my guess is it covers about 20 episodes worth of content. The first 2 DVDs have 7 episodes each, and are clearly 7 separate episodes on NADB. So I was, you can kind of verify, oh yes, that. And Hour of the Wolfwrath, which is the bonus episode on the Fright to the Finish DVD, is another episode on there that you can check off. And so that should cover 15 episodes, and the other 5 come from Wikipedia stating that the Fright to the Finish movie was a combination of the last 5 episodes of Kirby Right Back at Ya. Of course, since nothing else has come out on DVD, and that second attempt to release Kirby Right Back at You happened in 2008, I'm just accepting the fact that that's pretty much all I'm going to get to watch, and I've marked that, but it's stalled. It's not going to move. Sort of like I don't expect to ever see any more Corrector Yui, because only the 4 DVDs have been released. But oh well. Now, as for the anime itself, I thought it was actually really appropriately Kirby. Kirby kind of has this dual-sided nature. The games do, where on the one hand it is cute, innocent, and cute and innocent. But then there's this aspect where Kirby's this kick-ass character, even if he is also a silent protagonist or something like that. But the basic idea is, you know, the contrast of the two. And I thought Kirby Right Back at You kind of gave both of those. It kind of got both of those right, and at the same time, I think like half of the Kirby games out there, the stories are also these cute, simple little things, sort of, whereas the others are these kind of dark sort of stories. It's kind of got that mix between it, and I kind of felt that watching the anime as well. Now, I'm not quite sure how much of this is the 4Kids dubbing, because when 4Kids dubs, you can also assume that they probably also massively edit stuff, and Fright to the Finish, of course, would have been massively edited as well. But basically, Fright to the Finish felt a bit rushed. And at the same time, well, I thought I thought the portrayals of a lot of the classical Kirby villains was actually really good. Other than King Dedede, he's a common character, so he has to be kind of, well, he doesn't seem even like King Dedede-ish from the games necessarily. He's kind of like Meta Knight in that. Actually, he's kind of like Meta Knight in the games, and he's kind of like Meta Knight in the show. No, I don't know how to describe it. All I know is, you know, if you're considering watching it, looking for something amazing that'll blow your mind, this is probably not the sort of show that would do that. But if you're just curious to see how they treated Kirby, you know, I think you'll watch it and you'll find that they actually didn't do too bad a job. The thing they probably did most right is, of course, Kirby himself, where I think they nailed the personality, the backstory of him kind of just right, so that he shouldn't disappoint fans. And at the same time, you know, it's got this predictable format where every episode he pulls another ability out of his repertoire, his backpack. And Fright to the Finish just has ability after ability after ability like crazy. So it's kind of an appropriate end of the series sort of episodes / movie. I don't know. I guess that about covers it. And I guess that covers anime analysis. I don't know if the anime watching stuff is going to change once the packaging finishes. I assume it will. What came out this week? Kubato's probably going to get watched. Maybe I was in the middle of watching something else too. On the other hand, maybe I was just spending a lot of time catching up on nostalgia, on Angry Video Game Nerd's Monster Madness stuff. I don't know. I'm also a bit tired, so I'll go ahead and end the anime analysis there.